thing, right? Here's the thing. If it's just goodbye, right, he could have do this. There's a lot of things he could have done. He could have said, I have dinner, goodbye. But the fact that he said, yo, my guitar rock, I have to go dinner, bye next time, and then there's exactly 1, 2, 3, 4 hand waves. Not one hand wave. He gave 4 hand waves. I feel like there's a thing that I need to decipher, you know? It might be too complicated if you are young on the younger side, but I think this means more than just a goodbye. Hey, what is up guys? Guitar Rock here, welcome back to another Brave 9 video. We're gonna do some analysis on the new units, tell you guys what I think about them, and also inform you guys on some things that's happening. Alright, so first things first, if you guys haven't been catching up, so they are removing some support for certain languages, Thailand, German, French and Spanish. So the official community sites will no longer be supported. I think the Facebook page for those. So I mean, unfortunately, but you have to like rely on the English one or maybe the Taiwan, the Chinese one. I guess that's the only one that will still be supported. And one more thing is regarding the events right now. So I think today, the second day, you still can't get this yet, but I just want to warn you guys, for those of you who are not aware. Okay, so you notice you can do these things to get coins, right? I have 3 coins, that's from yesterday. So every day you can earn 3 coins by doing each of these things, right? So if you get 9 coins, you can exchange for either one of these 3 rewards. It's stated right there. So I just want you guys to be aware of this, because some of you guys might go in blindly and be like, I'm going to pick this premium scroll. And if you are new to the game, you might have missed out these 2 costumes. I personally have been playing the game for a long time, so these 2 costumes I've gotten for free, I think. But yeah, if you don't care about the costumes, go for the premium scroll. But if you want either one of these costumes and you do not own them yet, you can only pick one out of these 3. So choose wisely. And also the Songkran festival, decorate the elephant to prepare for the festival. You can do this only once every day. You have to do the get daily mission reward 7 times. And the package. Not to mention, I do think this is probably one of the best package that they have released in a while. Like seriously, compared to what we have had throughout this year. Like if I compare every single package in 2021, this is the best one. Because for 800 diamonds, you're literally getting 10 legend scrolls, 10 premium scrolls. Now, I am aware that a lot of you guys might be saving for the upcoming legendaries, the personas, right? So this could be a method for you to save for them as well. You can use these 800 diamonds to buy this, use the legend scrolls, save the legend scrolls for them, of course. And you can use the premium scrolls to pull for the current units if you want to. That's totally up to you. Right, so it's a win-win in my opinion. If you don't care about mileage and stuff, the value is definitely right here. So you can consider buying this if you have some spare diamonds. You can buy this 5 times. I've already bought it once. Okay, so let's jump into Lumen. So Lumen is a very straightforward character. Alright, he's not overly complicated. I actually like him a lot. He fits the niche right now in terms of a DPS magician that we really want. If you look at the current meta, alright, if you look at the magicians that we have, most of them are either legendaries. The only 5-star is perhaps Helga, and maybe occasionally you will see Narua. Okay, so Frisha is not being used, Velter is not being used. Like these are literally the top 6 used magicians. And out of these top 6 magicians, 4 of them are legendaries. Velfen, Celia, Livia, Natus. It's hard to compare Lumen right now with the current magicians that we have, because most of them are legendaries. So when you invest in Lumen, you'll be investing in him from a different point of view. You'll be using premium scrolls, you'll be using 5-star skill books. So I do think that makes Lumen shines above the rest compared to all of these. Like Lumen doesn't compete with Natus, Livia, Celia or Velfen for resources, right? Because they need legend books, they need ancient coins. So totally different resources right there. What Lumen does, alright, if you look at him, he can be quite expensive. Like a lot of units, they have this power spike where they have their full kit at like plus 10 or maybe plus 12, right? But Lumen, in my opinion, even at plus 12, you do unlock some of his range potential. But because you have 2 of these, I do think that plus 15 is, you're going to add like that extra value to him, which is really, really unique. We have never had this before, where a unit can get 2 skill range upgrade like throughout in plus 12 and plus 15, which is incredibly insane. So I would say plus 12 is like a minimum, a bare minimum if you really want to use him. but even then, he might miss hitting some units with the lack of the 1 extra tile range. He does complement Natus in a way that he gets rid of every single unit that Natus doesn't. For example, Mamone, where Lumen can just pop Mamone's energy shield, energy guard, and Lumen can get rid of Jin as well. So that's because Lumen deals barrier ignoring additional damage. Now, Lumen suffers from his biggest weaknesses, which is he's not able to get rid of 100% defense units, right? So that's the problem with the meta right now. But here's the thing, I don't think it's as big of a deal as a lot of people have thought, because if you have Celia, now this is where we come into the discussion of magicians. If you have Celia, it's not that big of a deal because Celia's aura reduces enemies all stats by 25%, which is incredible, right? So it does help to power spike Lumen a little bit, and since Lumen's multipliers is so high, 400% right here, and he does have this skill which gives insane amount of crit damage boost, attack percent boost every turn. I would say Lumen can one-shot almost all the enemies at like 75-ish% to 80% defense, even though he doesn't really ignore defense like Natus does. So that's probably his advantage. Ignore Taunt is always going to be useful, alright? Whether you like it or not, Ignore Taunt is something that's invaluable in any mercenaries. I would say if you can invest in Lumen, it's going to make your Guild Wars, your underground arena life a lot easier. Now this is of course if you care about those, but if you only care about arena, he's not necessarily the best unit for arena in my opinion. Now again, I do only have him at +8 currently. I'm going to slowly invest in him. I'm not going to rush to make him +15 as soon as possible. But yes, in terms of the skill upgrades that we're talking about, you can definitely, you know, +12 is like the bare minimum. If you can go to +15, it will be even greater because you get this skill upgrade insane. Now, how does Lumen fares compared to Nerua, right? A lot of people, they're going to come in and be like, okay, I have Nerua. Nerua does the same thing, right? She does barrier ignoring additional damage as well. The thing is, Nerua doesn't have Ignore Taunt, and that's going to be big and crucial in Guild Wars because everyone uses Albion or some sort of Taunt, Lloyd or Grand. And your Nerua's range, despite it being so big, it's going to like just hit 1 or 2 units. Where Lumen can actually secure, you know, to hit at least 3 units for you because of this Taunt Ignore, right? So this is something that's really invaluable, something that you have to consider. Now Stats Weakening is something that he needs, alright? It does complement with this skill right here, so that he can have his stats increase with crit damage, attack percent increase even further, so he can't be stats weakened. So if you have Natus, do you invest in Lumen? Like I said, they are not doing the same thing, they don't target the same units per se, but I would say that Lumen might be better than Natus right now because of Venaka. So if you don't hit Venaka, right? Or even if you hit Venaka, Lumen is gonna be better at getting rid of Venaka than Natus because of the barrier ignoring additional damage, because Venaka has very high damage reduction. Natus doesn't have damage reduction. Natus ignores defense, it's different. Alright, you have to know the differences. And also, in terms of the warriors that Venaka are protecting, sometimes Natus will end up hitting them but not killing them because Venaka helps and absorbs the damage. But Lumen's multiplier is way higher with this and this combined. I haven't tested it yet, but theoretically, I think Lumen should be able to destroy Venaka if there's anyone in the range that's a warrior that Venaka is trying to share damage with. Alright, so with that being said, let's move on to the next unit, which is Karin. Alright, so Karin, what is she all about? Let me claim the diamonds first. Alright, we're just gonna look at her at +15 because that's her biggest power spike. Number 1, she gets 3 tile range. Number 2, she applies Stigma, which reduces enemies 100% defense, which is really cool. So for those of you who are not aware, the only way for you to avoid Stigma is for you to have debuff immunity. And in Novice right now, not many defenders, warriors have debuff immunity, except for Swin and a few others. But most of them either have like stats weakening immunity, or they have attack interference immunity, or they have DOT immunity, right? So this is invaluable. Number 1, it will help deal with 100% defense units better. Number 2, she also has this skill which ignores barrier as well, similar to Lumen. Now this is very crucial, and this is what makes Karin shine. I do think that she's gonna be the best warrior currently in Novice. I tried her instead of Deka, and boy, she's destroying it. She's really killing everything because there are a lot of units in the Novice arena that's super tanky, that's so annoying to deal with. Like Xenon is one good example, right? He's at 75% rate And what makes Xenon so annoying and so tanky is because of this skill right here. So at plus 15, Xenon can have 60% damage reduction and he heals. So Karin straight up ignore this because it ignores barrier, which is crazy. Alright, same goes for, let's say, Iris, for example. What makes Iris so tanky is the same reason as well. Alright, if you go to her skills, you look at this, 65% reduced incoming damage is so annoying. And having Karin helps you to deal with that. So yeah, it's just invaluable. Even Carlson, you know, which is supposedly quite tanky with this 35% here. And I think there's 50% here, right? Carlson will get instantly deleted as well. So, should you pull for Lumen, Karin, or should you save for the legend units? Now, ideally, I would say save for the legend units. If you want to pull, you should only be using your premium scrolls. Like, there's definitely much better way for you to consume your diamonds compared to spending on the current units right now. But if you really don't care about the legend units that's about to come, which I think you should, because they perhaps are going to change the meta again. They'll be coming in like 20 days, right? So just wait for a bit, save up as much as you can. I think those will be more relevant moving forward. But that's just a speculation. Of course, we don't know. There's a chance that they could suck as well, you know. Alright guys, so that is going to be it for this video. Let me know what your thoughts are, again, on the new mercenaries. As always, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, give this video a like. I will see you guys again in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.